Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. This week we're starting a new theme, this one being Women of Metal. We're going to be checking out bands that at least have a female, or that at least are female fronted. They have a female lead singer, but I'm also hoping that at least one of these bands maybe has more than just one woman in them. Kind of getting a little bit more representation on this channel with this week. Today's request comes from Bigig Wolfov. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm assuming double consonants are purposeful. I'd like me to do Alga by IGNEA, which is an awesome oriental metal band. So, I'm pretty stoked about this. I don't think we've done any oriental metal, other than, Japanese metal is technically the Orient, I guess. But yeah, we haven't had anything on here that's specifically labeled as oriental metal, so I guess that's kind of cool. And right here, first frame, haven't even started the video yet, we got a conductor, some sheet music, and what looks to be the top of a bowstring. Yeah. I'm pretty stoked for this. Let's see what we got here. Now see, that's whimsical. I'm digging that. IGNEA with symphonic orchestra. So maybe this isn't typical, maybe they use samples or recorded orchestra on previous versions, but this one's with the orchestra, so. Now I wonder if they wrote this or if this was written for them. Yeah, this is gorgeous though. Very theatrical. Definitely going for like a, almost like a Hollywood vibe. Lots of power, eeriness, there's definitely something lurking around the corner. Yeah, lots of really ominous chords in these progressions. I'm kind of disappointed to hear that the orchestra is not here anymore. Well, I saw that, but I don't hear it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's sampled on, well, maybe not. I don't know, that doesn't sound like a full orchestra, and it's lining up with the keyboardist. Digging this part. I really like how it kind of goes against the heaviness they just had. making a little bit of juxtaposition there and creating a more mellow soundscape. Just a really big sounds. Not a lot of things going technical, but it's achieving a sense of just larger than life. Alright, that's the thing, I guess. Very harsh sound right there.
How dare you, godless bastards, step on my land? How dare you touch my daughters and sons? This will be your last steps unless you do. Put your two-headed eagle into your ass and run.
Alright, got a little bit of a chug in this breakdown. Pretty cool. Nice reuse of that melodic line. It used to be, the violins, I played it a few times, and she took half of it and used it in her her outro in the in her vocal line. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so man, I didn't really have a lot to say during, and that's I think it's just a little bit. We did a lot of prog last week, especially we ended with Between the Buried and Me and Dream Theater, and I think a little bit is I'm still in that mindset of just like hyper analyzing, but I also think there's something about starting the song off with a full orchestra and having this beautiful intro, and then like bringing my expectations up to a certain level and then dashing them against the rocks with the rest of the song. And that's not to say the song's bad, but I might not have been in the right headspace nor had the right expectations going into this, which is, I'm just saying all this as a preface for what I'm about to say. I think if I listened to this on another, if I listened to this again and I went in with the proper headspace and the proper, mindset, I would enjoy it, because it is a good song. It is a very good, hard rock song with the symphony in it, and it has a really good message about basically, keeping what's yours and not allowing others to take from it. I'm sure there's something maybe a little more personal, because she says, stay off my land. How dare you come and touch my sons and daughters, or something like that. I'm sure there's some historical aspect to the narrative of the song, and like I said, the orchestra is used to kind of give the song a larger than life persona, and I think it does all this really well, tying it all together. But given the complexity of the intro and my mindset of checking out prog music last week, I was expecting something a little more complex than what I got. So the song does what it does very well. It sets out to be this anthem, sort of, for, not giving up what's rightfully yours. And it does it with this very large, big sound. And it does that beautifully. But I expected the orchestra to play a larger role. Their intro was gorgeous. But as soon as the band came in, the orchestra was pretty much relegated to playing the same thing. Every instrument was playing the exact same line. They had basically, how I would view this is, at the beginning you have a full orchestra. You have violins, you have flutes, you have the clarinets. I saw a trombone. I'm pretty sure I saw a trumpet. You have your basically a pretty full orchestra. As soon as the band comes in, though, the orchestra becomes a single stem in your audio workstation. Because pretty much every instrument started to play the same thing. They became the orchestral background to the guitar riffs and the drum part and the singing. And there's maybe a little bit of harmony in it, but if so, what I mostly heard was octave harmony. And it basically ended up, instead of being really complex with these really nice, harmonies and the way that the notes interact with each other, and you get these very cool textures going on, you end up just with this solid sound, which is actually why at the beginning when the band came in, I couldn't tell if they were samples or if the orchestra was still playing. Because every instrument ended up being blended into a single sound. You didn't hear the individual instruments anymore. And it was lining up with the piano as well, and you could easily sample all these sounds on the piano, on the keyboard, and get the same thing. So, just like, it's a good hard rock song with a nice classical, edge to it. It has that symphonic sound to it. But like I said, I came in with the wrong headspace, probably, and the intro gave me the wrong expectations. So I felt a little let down once the band came in. I slowly got over that, slowly warmed up to what they were going for. And like I said, I appreciate what they attempted to do, and kind of how it all connects together with the narrative of the lyrics and just the heavy, large sound going on. I don't think they could have done this without that orchestral floor, but I really wish the orchestra had been used to greater effect. Like I said, it's really, you're talking about 9, 10, 11, 12 diverse sounds, timbres, textures in this orchestra. And it kind of got distilled down to, the orchestra stem. So it just, yeah. I don't know. I'd like to listen to them maybe without the orchestra. Or, maybe they have orchestral sounds, they're sampled or whatever in all their tracks, but maybe just one with just the band, not with the orchestra supporting it. And maybe we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just this one set me up with some expectations it didn't deliver on. But it doesn't take away from what they were doing. And like I said, I appreciate what they were doing. I just kind of wish it had been more. They could have done so much more with having the full symphony there. So yeah, that is IGNEA, the song Alga. This is where you guys come in, though. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. This was, it's a cool song. I dig it. Especially now that I've kind of, wrapped my head around it, and I've kind of moved away from my initial impression to kind of get a more wider view of it. But, what did you guys think? Is there a different IGNEA song that I should be checking out? I know there was only one request, and I don't know if that's just because they're unknown, or if just because people didn't, want this band reacted to as much as, another one of theirs. It just, they enjoy the music, but it's not, their favorite. They definitely want me to check out their favorite bands and stuff like that. So I don't know why it was requested so, the opposite of often. I don't know. Dang, I'm blanking out on that word. What is the opposite of often? Anyways, it's been requested so little, just one time. So yeah, if there's any other tracks I should check out, let me know. I definitely want to give them another shot. Like I said, I came into this with the wrong headspace, and the orchestra messed with my expectations. And I'm going to assume the orchestra is not a standard part of the band for them, because it said Alga with with the symphony. So yeah. Yeah, and while you're down there in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you'd like, you can check out my Twitter, my Patreon. Links are down in the description. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with more Women of Metal. And we have 2 extra videos I'm going to aim for this week, other than the 5 usual that fit the theme. Pretty cool surprise coming. I'm thinking Wednesday and Saturday. It's going to work out for me to do those. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. We're going to have 7 videos this week, I think. So yeah, until tomorrow, you guys stay safe out there and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.